Active again. But still, we are going for a brighter sound. He's not singing a la Bruce Dickinson, opening space. No, we have some brightness there. Out of the center of the beginning. I don't know the words, but I want this brighter sound up here. It's not, I want this darkest side. No. Ladies and gentlemen, we're back in the studio with a good cup of coffee for one more vocal analysis. And today, guess what? I just watched the last episode of Stranger Things, the Stranger Things finale. In fact, I even recorded a song that was part of one of the trailers, Child in Time by Deep Purple. I'll leave it linked up here. I'll leave a chord, so please watch it. Let me know your thoughts on it. That's a really challenging rock song for singers. And of course, I want to know what you think of my performance. But the purpose of this video is analyzing Steve or Joe singing End of Beginning. So I knew he was a singer. I saw a small clip, a short video on YouTube or Instagram, something like that. But I wouldn't say that I heard, I give it a real listen, if you know what I mean. I haven't analyzed it, but I will be 100% transparent here. Let's take advantage of the fact that Stranger Things is really hyped right now, and let's give it a listen. End of the Beginning by Joe. Let's give it a listen. Let's see what he's using there. But first, if you're new to the channel, my name is Kyle. I'm a singer-songwriter and voice teacher. Last month, I released my latest single. It's called Leave It All Behind. It's out on all major music platforms, and of course, it's out on YouTube as well. I'll leave it linked down below. Please give it a listen. It would mean the world to me if you could go there and let me know your thoughts on my songs, because I'm not only a vocal coach, I'm a singer-songwriter myself. I'm on the battlefield singing with my band, singing by myself, recording music, writing music, releasing music. And of course, your feedback is really important. As a vocal coach slash voice teacher, my work is focused on laryngeal biomechanics and physiology. So what the muscles that we have inside our larynxes, they do in order to perform the vocal behaviors that we have in contemporary singing. And of course, that's the focus of this video. We'll be listening to this performance. We'll be analyzing what's happening at the physiological level and how are we able to produce these sounds that Joe is using here. If you want to become my singing student, I will also leave link down below my complete singing course, Building Your Voice, and there we talk about a range of different vocal techniques. We talk about how to build what we call active vocal schemes. How can we sing with our vocal folds in active tension to create those powerful sounds? But also passive vocal schemes. How can we use our voices in a soft way to create more emotion, to convey a lot of expression with our singing? We talk about ornaments such as yodels, vibratos, runs. We have a complete module on vocal distortions, how to practice and apply them in a way that's healthy, that won't hurt your voice. All of that and much more linked down below, my course Building Your Voice. Okay, so without further ado, let's listen to End of Beginning by Joe.
Just one more tear to cry, one teardrop from my eye. You better save it for the middle of the night, when things aren't black and white. And to troubadour.
Okay, this is really interesting. So he's singing mostly with his vocal folds in active tension, which means that we have more compression, more power. Da, 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 da. It doesn't mean that he's singing super loud. No, he's not. In fact, if we pay attention to the distance that he has with the microphone, so look how close he's singing from the microphone. He's pretty much touching the microphone with his mouth, and he's also using in-ears, which means that he's hearing himself well, and that's amazing. That's a really good sign when the singer has in-ears and is singing super close to the microphone. That means that we are producing the sound with less effort instead of using more power, sending more airflow, but at the same time becomes too loud, and then we are just like pushing the microphone away. So that's not the case here. But something here that was really interesting is
the middle of the night, when things aren't black and white.
Where is it?
You
yes, it's this here.
from my
Eyes voice, this is the spot that he's singing with passive vocal schemes. So he was singing with active vocal folds. Da 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 dee da 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 da. And now, this is what we call inside vocal anthropophysiology, which is the theoretical framework for my work as a voice teacher. That's what we call a breathy voice. It's a kind of vocal scheme in which we have the vocal folds in passive tension. My vocal folds are passive, but not only passive, I can open some breathiness, and the sound becomes airy. So that's a breathy voice right there. Okay, let's keep going.
And when I'm back in Chicago, I feel it. Another version of me.
Another version of active vocal folds. And we have some brightness there as well. He's not doing another. No. We are narrowing a little bit the filter down so that we have some brightness there. And
I'll wave goodbye to the air.
goodbye to the air.
This song has started now, and you're just finding out. Now isn't that a laugh? A major sacrifice, but clueless at the time. And to Caroline, just trust me, you'll be fine. And when I'm back in Chicago, I'll feel it. Another version of me, I was in it. I'll wave goodbye to the air.
Goodbye to the air. So, this is what we call inside vocal anthropophysiology a worn voice. That's when we keep our vocal folds in active tension in a higher range. And a higher range for us would be anything that's above the E4. Oh! Hey! We have some important physiological changes that happen at this E4. Basically, we have two pairs of muscles that are really important to adjust how stretched the vocal folds will be. Those are the TAs and the CTs. And those muscles work together. When we are singing below that E4, they work together, but the TAs are preponderant. They are, let's say, more responsible for the pitch than the CTs, which means that if the CTs are not working that well, if the CTs are not super strong, that pitch will also happen. However, even if you are talking about notes that happen below that E4, let's say, for instance, that you are singing the E3, and we're going up to the G3. For my voice to control, to jump between those pitches, I need the CTs to work to stretch the vocal folds. However, we tend not to face a great challenge, even if the CTs are not super strong when you're talking about notes that happen below that E4. Now, if you're talking about notes that happen above the E4, if I'm doing the E4 to G4, then the CTs are preponderant. If they are not working really well, I won't be able to reach those notes. And that's part of the reason why usually guys have a harder times than girls singing those higher notes right here. Of course, it is trainable if we know the correct technique, if we practice the correct technique, and most of all, if we work on those muscles for them to become stronger, it becomes easier and easier to reach those notes. So that's a warn voice, the voice that you would use, and that's the reason why we call it a warn voice inside vocal anthropophysiology, the voice that you would use to warn someone about something. If you want to call someone on the other side of the street, imagine that you're in a busy environment, there are lots of sounds, and you want your sound to cut through other sounds. Hey! No! Oh! Usually we're going for a higher note, again, above E4, and we're going for an active vocal fold scheme. We want that sound to be harder, more compressed, so that it can cut through other sounds.
You take the man out of the city, not the
Okay, that. I don't know if he's the one singing this or the backing vocals. G sharp. And that's passive. That's a Gregorian voice, as we call that inside vocal anthropology. Gregorian voice. And then something active. That's a crooner voice. We are singing active, and in the lower part of the ranges, what would be the speaking range?
You take the man out of the city, not the city out the man. You take the man out of the city, not the city out the man. You take the man out of the city, not the city out the man. You take the man out of the. When I'm back in Chicago.
Chicago. Passive vocal schemes. I feel it. If we're singing super quiet like this, this is what we call a weak voice. Whenever you're singing super soft, without the intention of being heard. I don't know if you heard, but the intention behind the weak voice, as I'm producing it, I'm thinking, I don't want to be heard. I don't want to be heard. I don't want to be heard. So that I make the sound really, really quiet. Of course, we don't sing a whole section of the song like this. We don't sing the whole song like this. This is a kind of technique that we use every now and then to create more dramatic power in our performance. By the way, I talk about all of that, all of these vocal schemes and how to practice them, how to learn them, how to apply them in songs inside my singing course, Building Your Voice. Again, link down below.
Another virgin of me.
Active again. Remember when I said that was a Gregorian voice? Oh, same pitch, but now it's active. Ah, la, 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 la. Warm voice. But still, we are going for a brighter sound. He's not singing a la Bruce singing. It's a opening space. No, we have some brightness there. I don't know the words, but I want this brighter sound up here. It's not I want this darkest sound. No. It's super nice. I can look at him and not think of Steve. By the way, guys, what did you think of the last episode of Stranger Things? Leave it down below. Did you think he would die? I kind of thought he would die. Amazing. Alright, guys, so this was End of Beginning by Joe live. Let me know what you think of the song, let me know what you think of this performance, and of course let me know what you think of my vocal analysis. Again, if you want to become my singing student, check out my online singing course, Building Your Voice, link down below. In there we talk about a range of different vocal techniques. We talk about active vocal schemes. If you want to belt out those high notes, if you want to sing with power low notes as well, we talk about passive vocal schemes. If you want to be really dramatic and expressive with your voice by making some soft sounds, we have a complete module on vocal distortions, how to learn and apply them in a way that's safe and healthy for your voice that won't hurt you. We don't want to hurt our voices. Practicing vocal technique. We talk about ornaments such as yodels, vibratos, and runs. We have a vocal exercise library with exercise for you to practice each of the techniques that we cover inside the course, all of that and much more inside my singing course, Building Your Voice. Don't forget to click the card up here or the link in the description to listen to my original music. I have a playlist with all of the songs that I released, and it means a lot to me whenever you guys go there, give it a listen, and let me know your thoughts on it. Alright, so that's all for today. You have a great day, you enjoy your day, you enjoy your coffee. Happy New Year, and remember, if your concepts cannot be seen here in the real world, then they must change and not the world.